I am making the iconic dish from Aladdin. Homemade bread and homemade butter from the bit at the beginning where he steals that baguette. Didn't even have butter with it, did it?
A very merry on birthday to you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and me. Welcome to my Mad Hatter's tea party, where everything is not quite as it seems. The jam tarts are savoury, and the sandwiches are sweet. Shall we get started, my dear? Then let's get on with the jam tart pastry.
I, as you can tell, am everybody's favourite, lovable Captain Jack Sparrow. And I'm tackling the arch enemy of every pirate, the Kraken, with a spiced rum Kraken cake. Right, let's get started with the cake itself. We're going to cream together some butter and some sugar.
Ooh, it's like a curtain.
Let's jump ahead of the bread part to the butter recipe. I'm whisking yogurt into double cream.
And leave at room temperature for 24 hours.
Jay, what was your favourite part of the film Aladdin?
Oh, the magic carpet. The duet was absolutely gorgeous.
Or the genie scene.
The genie scene.
In the cave.
You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend.
Or the bread.
Step 2, chill for an hour, then whisk it till it splits. Now watch me strain away the liquid bit. Ice cold water at the butter, squeeze until it's hazy. No, it doesn't look that tasty. Till I dry it out, then I add the salt. Holy crap, I am a genius.
The first step to making a pastry is to blitz together some flour, some butter, a pinch of salt until it becomes into a breadcrumb consistency. And then we're going to drip in some, I can't do this. We're going to drip in some milk a little bit at a time until it forms a dough. And then we're going to roll that dough out just a little bit so it's flat, put it in cling film, chuck it into the fridge for a while, and then we can move on.
You can't just jump in and out of character like that.
Of course you can, I'm the Mad Hatter.
To my creamed, sugary, buttery mix, I've added 5 eggs and stabilised that with a little bit of flour every time. And then I've added my flavours. Some cinnamon, allspice, vanilla paste, the rest of that flour, and a magic ingredient, a bit of limeade, which is going to counterbalance it with the rum, adding a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of deliciousness to the cake.
Let's make some cake for our sandwiches. We're going to cream together some sugar, some butter. We're going to add 2 eggs with some flour and some vanilla extract and some baking powder. Bring it all together and cook it in an oven for baby and me. That's a different nursery rhyme. And
These are done into an oven at
180 degrees for 25 minutes.
Yeah, round about.
Yeah,
all the same, aren't they?
If you do really good bread and you do really good butter, you've got every chance of winning this.
Also, don't forget, in Aladdin, he was down on luck right at the beginning, wasn't he?
He was.
And then what happened?
He met a genie. Well, actually, he met an old man who was really Jafar and then went into a tiger cave and got a magic carpet.
I can show you my baguette. Floury, salty and yeasty. Guys, can you see my bee stings through this really chafy top? Mix it all in a bowl. Stir in water that's tepid. I really hope Johnny Depp is proud, 'cause this is all his fault. Now knead my dough. It takes 10 minutes, then it's right. Cover and prove for an hour. Dust some flour and halve it into sausages. Now roll my sauce. Make it even in its width. Then let it prove again. I think that Ben will give my baguette lovin' once it's baked in the oven.
The next part of my recipe comes in 2 parts. Firstly, the syrup, a rum-based syrup, which is rum, water and sugar into a pan bring that to a bubble, let it go for about 5 minutes, and then onto my treacle sauce, which is butter, golden syrup, dark treacle, some double cream and some brown sugar. Dump that in there and let that bubble away for a little while as well.
Now, what kind of Mad Hatter's tea party would this be if the teacups weren't edible? We're going to cut the top off some ice cream cones, attach them to some Viennese biscuits with white chocolate, and then we're going to use pretzels as the little tea handles, and a little bit later on, once it's all set up, so we're going to steep 100 millilitres of double cream with not one, but 2 Earl Grey tea bags and some sugar, bring it up to a simmer and then let it cool down before whisking it back into the rest of our double cream until it's nearly at soft peaks but still pourable, so we can pour it into our teacups, which have hopefully sealed and won't let anything spill everywhere.
Just for this one battle, I think we should lay off the abuse on Jamie.
Why?
Because he's done it to himself. He's done all of the banter.
What, by just
doing that.
being here?
By dressing like that and talking like that, so
Also,
let's give him a
don't
break.
forget, he has a daughter.
Yeah.
For the sake of his daughter, let's just hold some slack back.
Yeah.
Because he can never live this down otherwise. My cakes have cooled, I've cut them in half. I want to spoon over my rum syrup. And now it's time to create some cream to sit in between the layers and my delicious sauce. To do that, it's simple. Whip up some cream and add some sugar.
Let's head back to our tarts. We need to roll out our pastry, cut the pastry with a fluted cutter, put it into our jam tart tin. We're going to add some blue cheese into the bottom and then cover that with some chili jam, and then put our hearts on the top, and then we put them into the oven for 10 to 12 minutes.
James, Disney battle.
Disney battle, I've been waiting for so long for this
And
one.
we didn't even dress up.
I know, that's such a shame. I didn't even think about that.
Right, onto the boys and their food. What do we think about Mike's bread and butter?
I think Mike has played to his strengths. He's singing the recipe, but it's very simple.
It's a bold choice, but do you know what? Everyone loves bread and butter, especially warm, fresh out the oven. If that is done properly, he could well win this.
That's so true. Where next?
Jamie?
Jamie.
I don't feel like he needs any encouragement to be mad.
He has been very ambitious.
I like the
and I like
concept.
that.
The sweet and the savoury and the sweet. He's just got to execute it. But fair play to him, homemade pastry.
Yep.
He is making a cake.
Yep.
And he is doing 3 different elements.
It's a tough ask, and I'm really excited for his presentation as well.
And then there's Barry,
Yes.
who, if I'm honest, is getting more and more rum-soaked as this recipe goes on.
He has drunk a lot of alcohol for him.
The flavours in the cake, they're going to work. Rum,
looking forward to
lime, spices.
Yeah.
4
definitely.
tiers.
And he's making 2 cakes and slicing them in half, and they're quite thin sponges.
So this is all about the presentation, really.
Yeah, for sure.
What's happened?
Barry's octopus has only got like 3 legs.
He's all right, I can save him.
There's a leg, there's a leg, there's 2 legs, there's some legs. It's a duopus. Let's construct our sandwich cakes. We're going to cut our cake into bread slices. We're going to put on that a mixture of cream cheese and sugar with a little dollop of dulce de leche, and then we're going to arrange some apples so it looks like cucumber before putting a top on the other half and then cutting into rectangles.
Before we start with the judging, I just want you to know that I deserve extra credit because I sought an extracurricular activity and asked an expert for help with my performance. I'm here with Trevor, who is the actual genie from Disney's Aladdin at the West End.
That's me.
Are there any tips that you can give me in terms of getting fired up? You do
Absolutely.
8 shows a week?
I do 8 shows a week, yeah.
How do you stay motivated?
I listen to rock songs before I go on stage.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of like Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age and Incubus.
We are literally
and like that's kind of what gets me like
which Foo Fighters
in the mood.
Colour and the Shape.
Colour and the Shape's the best album. I think it's perfect. Everyone was still.
I feel like I found my soulmate.
I feel like we're kindred spirits. I really do. I really feel
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Sweet. No, thank you.
So basically, if you don't like my dish, then you hate the arts.
That is a very good, very even crumb. You made fermented butter, a good crust, a soft, springy crumb.
Great butter.
Beautiful
Thanks,
butter. Good contender. Now, if we get a slice out of this, the layers are thin, the cream is good, that treacle sauce is kind of special, but that's very good.
It's a good cake.
It's a very good cake.
It is a
Good cake. Look, keep going back for more. That's how good it is.
To our three-tiered delight, what you got here is a really, really spongy, moist cake
You spotted it.
in the sandwich.
Please enjoy a jam tart.
Very rich buttery pastry,
I like that.
thin and crispy and cooked right through,
On the second bite, that's nice.
Yeah.
and the real saltiness of blue cheese under there.
This is a cup of tea, but it's completely edible.
Oh, you can look. That's impressive.
That's impressive.
Tasty, clever in concept, annoying to eat. Oh, it's well executed. The pastry is good. The cake sponge, moist and delicious. This is Barry's usual arty self, and by that I mean make a mess and make it look great. But this is clever. The cake flavour is delicious, and this is annoyingly simple. And therefore, there's not many places you can go wrong, but for that reason, it's faultless. Okay, so here's my thinking. Disney battle, it's difficult to choose because we all have favourite films. They're all very clever and work with the Disney film, but I've got to base this on culinary kitchen prowess. And therefore, today, I'm going to give a brownie point to Jamie for his pastry and cake and Mike for his bread and butter, because the skill is ace.
Sorry, can I just clarify? Was I just beaten by bread and butter?
Well, you made a cake, but as cakes
Still.
go, it's not your best cake.
No, but it's. I tried harder than making bread and butter.
Hey, making bread is a skill.
It's a good skill, but you know the point of the show.
Thank you very much for watching this battle. If you want any of the recipes, the links are in the downstairs box.
What you're saying that
We
is
will-
bread, plain white bread is the ultimate bread.
See if this is fixed by the time we get to the fridge.
I need some serious work to get back into this brownie game.
Do you know what? All 3 recipes were awesome, I promise you, and give them a go. The recipes are available at Sorted Food, and it's not entirely up to me. You guys get a say too. There's a poll in the top of your screen. Go and have a vote, see who you think should have got the brownie point.
And if you want to see next week's mystery box, then go to the website now and you can check that out.
I promise you it's going to be another cracking week. Have you got any more rum left?
What are they doing?
Click on the left if you missed our last video, or click on the right video for one of our favourites.